Welcome to Books and Whatever Else. And today I have a special guest, Free. How you doing
Hello,
today?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing good. Glad to be out the fucking heat.
Yeah. This is weather that is not for me. Just yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I call it dick stuck to leg weather, and wow, I'm really starting out with that.
This is
I'm
going to
already
be a
saying
great episode.
like I okay, so not supposed to say that, but well, yeah, this is not the weather for me. I love it. What's the green thing? Is that a horn?
So,
Oh, okay, I like it. Yeah, yeah, the one I wanted to wear did not show up yet, but it's yeah, well, I mean, it's like they don't need to know it's like 90 degrees out, and yeah, but it's okay. I'm in air conditioning, so I feel okay.
me too.
What's my hands? Sometimes I forget I have tattoos, so when I see it on camera, I'm like, "Ooh, look at all
Until I'm like, what is that? Oh, oh.
that."
All right. So let's get into some questions. What inspired you to write? Was it a book or like something a lot of people, something they've always wanted to do and just did it? And what pushed you to do that?
So I've been reading horror splatter for a long time.
Mhm.
I've been reviewing a lot, and like my reviews end up becoming like small short stories after a while. So it's just, and then it like, I'm seeing like, okay, I like that word I used there. And then I'm like, okay, I think I could actually like turn this into something and actually like, I mean, I have all these little stories in my head. I call them TV shows in my head. And like I'll tell them to people and they'll look at me like, okay, that's that's weird, but thanks for sharing. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna write that shit down. And so that's yeah, I like if somebody there has to be someone else in the world who kind of gets my story and will like kind of they'll gel and they'll laugh at the dumb shit I laugh at. So I'm like, all right, if I could put that on paper, someone will like it. And so I just and then I when like you're watching a movie and you're like, oh, that kill could have been so much better. Like they could have been like, wait a minute, how did her head fly that far? Like there's no
Yeah,
way that yeah. And then I'm like,
so
all right,
unrealistic.
yeah, like
Mhm.
we could do better. Like my big thing with me is like I need my plausibility. Like if it's not gonna be if someone's sitting like wait, there's no way that like his foot turns sideways and he can still walk. Like, yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of a stickler for that. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna do it my own. And that's kind of what I've been doing.
And you did it. Let's talk about your first book, your amazing debut novel that like people are going to fucking love. They're already loving it. I'm seeing it everywhere.
I I mean, Miss Amber Dark, Asher Dark, I do believe your sweet words could charm the morning dew off the honeysuckle. I'm just hearing about it is still like I'm still brand new. Like it just came out like 3 weeks ago. So I'm still kind of soaking it all in. Like I'm still in that space where it's kind of weird to call myself like an author, but I just I could not be more proud. Just just looking at the cover, I'm still just like that's my child, that's my baby, that's my little abomination. So how did it start? I literally had a note in my phone that was called drag queen names. And when I'm bored or doing homework or like driving things they used to be paying attention to, that's when a drag queen name will come to me in my head. And so that's it started with Gamble Down a Fart, which I still think is if I was ever going to be a drag queen, which I can't because I can't do makeup and have that on my skin, that was one of the first names that came to me. So I'm like, okay. And then like Dixie Wrecked, like that's a great name. And I mean, Oh Behave, all these came to me, and I'm like, these are. I mean, I got to write these. Like just last night, I think I Teddy Fucksman. Like that's. I mean, it just comes to me, and like that's one of my mutant powers where they just come to me. So I'm like, okay, this whole list of names, what can you do with it? So I said, you like slashers, you like yallows, so why not make it into a book? And then it just everything fell into place because it's like each girl gets a chapter. So that's and for some reason my maximalist ass said, let's kill like 12 of them. So that's have like 12 different deaths. So then I made a little story in the middle of each other one. So I did like sandwich. So it's like one, 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 one. And
Yep.
then we have a book. And I
It
still
was
just kind of,
the
I still
names
just kind of,
are like one of my favorite parts of it. It's just it's you know, I think when I first heard you like mentioning it and like giving sneak peeks of the characters and stuff, I was obsessed. I was like, this is gonna be amazing. And it really is. You have like it's weird that you have to have so many characters, so many deaths, but each character was like made really well, written really well, and there was still like development and growth in it, and then it was just all out chaos.
yeah. I mean, like, that's the crazy thing too, because I legit have never, a year, let's see, wait, yeah, we're still in June. A year ago, if you'd have told me I was going to write a book, I would have told you, like, go to hell. Like, not my, like, scattered ass. Like, there's no way in hell. So, like, this is, to write these characters that were just kind of came out of nowhere, but now I can picture them. I drew them. I put them on my Substack. If you want to look at pictures and all that, I keep the algorithm hates me. I'm telling you, like, because I'll have people tell me like, "Oh, I had no idea that you were even writing a book." I'm like, "Bro, that's all I've been talking about for like the last like 6, 7 months." But
Wow.
yeah, like so I drew them all. I gave them all like an actual like voice where like in my head I know exactly what they look like. So then I'm making a couple of the girls got pretty deep backstories. Those are the ones that killed me because it's like I told you at the beginning, they're going to die. Like people would say, like, "Oh, you're spoiling it." It's like I told you who's going to die, and I pretty much told you who the killer was. So I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, like Whole Behave and like Amanda Screw Me and Aveda were like the three girls that they got the most backstory. So then it just knowing that I had to kill them was just like that last chapter. I'm a Pisces. I'm sensitive. It happens. I get emotional and I like tear up having to read. I read my book like 6 times, like editing and everything too. And just, I get to the end, but I also said, Evada is Patrick. That's my familiar. That's upstairs trying to be quiet. Um, and just so to read it again, it's just, that's, I still feel, but also kind of what you gotta do, name the game. So,
Yeah.
slasher. So that means, yep, you gotta love them. I'm gonna kill
Mhm.
them. So that's
I
kind of the
get
name of
that
the game.
about killing off certain characters, like when I died, like that, the whole Jamie thing and Heather and stuff. That was like I upset myself a little bit because
Yeah,
I made her to where you couldn't help but like you liked her and you hated her, or not really liked her, but maybe you felt sorry for her and like
yeah. Like you
understood that that's
understood.
all
Yeah.
she knew.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think you did a real good job of that. So just, I mean, I know we're supposed to be talking about me, which I like talking about me, but the way we became friends was I was like, "Hey, I'm reading your book just so you know." And then the minute I'm like, I closed the book and I was like, "Yeah, I'm a messenger." And so I literally said, "Asher, why did you do this to us? And what is your address so I can send you an invoice for my therapist?" Because like, bruh, and I still think about that ending sometimes. So it's just, I mean, you did a damn good job. It was horrible. It was like I mean, it was well written. It was great, but it was also horrible at the same time. So, it's just that ending is just, I mean, yeah, you did a damn good job. Like, I don't like getting like slapped in the face. I'm not one of those guys, but that was slap in the face. So
Yeah, my bad.
bravo. Please give us more.
Your cover for your book was fucking amazing. That's one of the probably one of the best covers I've seen so far. Like it was just poster worthy, literally poster worthy. You gonna have posters?
I actually think I'm going to do posters. I think I'm
A
going to
fucking
do
t-shirt, that would be awesome too.
so I'm trying out the t-shirt because I'm going to that Books and Brews and I'm like, "Oh, what am I going to wear?" And I'm like, I kind of have to be my own salesman, so
Mhm.
I'm going to make a t-shirt and it's the back is going to have the QR code and it's going to say buy the damn book because yeah, I get I mean like why not? I love a word play and pretty good whoring myself out, so that's what I'm gonna do. So that's fine. And I mean, so I like printed out those little postcards, and I put them everywhere. Like
Yeah,
I go to the grocery store and I will put them on the shelf by the bread. Like somebody is gonna read this book. Somebody buying bread is gonna say, you know what? How about some killer drag queens? Why not? Like
I think that's
at my
pretty cool
college
though.
campus. I mean, my dad is a car salesman and my mom's CEO for a steel company. So like whoring out is what we do. So it's just kind of in my blood. So that's what I'm gonna do.
I love your fans too. Your fans, that's something I haven't seen anybody do. And I was like, I got to get me a fucking fan, especially as we hot down here. We need that fan.
I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but
I love those. That
I
is,
mean, like,
and that's
I
a
mean,
big
like,
ass fan.
I mean, it is shit. I haven't noticed that before. Wow. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm like, okay, when else am I gonna have a chance to make a fan? And if I'm gonna do merch, which I have one more that's coming Friday, um, like I'm gonna do something that I've not seen done before, and I can't think of any other book that I'm like, you know what, I want a fan of that. So that's my little thwarping fan. Hold on, let me do the actual thwarp. Wait. Yeah, I'm getting better with it.
You like two of them. You can just.
I know, but okay, so I had to like order them. And I'm like, okay, so stop playing with them. You have to sell these to people. So this is officially mine because I touched it too many times. I'm like, all right, so no one else gets this one. But yeah, I've got friends and family like, oh, I want one. I'm like, okay, so get out that Apple Pay and hit me up. Sorry, buddy. I'm a son of a car salesman. I'm gonna sell it to you.
I'd be going into Walmart with it, like, oh, that's a
Yep.
nice fan, right? The book is great too. Like,
Yeah, you know what? Don't give me ideas because I will do it.
you're sitting there like, oh, it's hot, right? You need you one of these fans, huh? Just go stand at the bus stop. You know, you got a car, you just at the bus stop, like,
I mean, it just so happens, my backpack got the book and the fan. So what you want to do? Who do I make it out to?
So let's talk about your new projects. You got anything coming up that you can talk about?
All right. So you already know, of all people,
Mhm.
can't keep a secret for shit. And my PR rep told me, stop talking so much. Stop. Hi, Paige. That's my PR rep. She is not my PR rep. I do not pay her, but we have the same birthday. So it's like talking the other side of my brain. And she's like my best friend ever, even though like she's crazy because she's me. So, but she tells me like, yeah, stop talking so much. I'm like, okay, I won't. So anyway, here's 20 screenshots of everything that I've done in like the last night. So yeah, I have 3 titles I want to work on because just in case other people might want to grab an idea that might not necessarily be theirs. I'd like to put it I'd like to put it out there in the ether just in case, so I have receipts. Um
I'm just gonna just be like this.
okay, so
Yeah.
rearrange
My
go ahead.
husband's crawling on the floor right now, trying to get by me.
Okay, so
back to you.
I mean, I'm shocked there's not a cat down here. So yeah, we're doing good so far. I see him. We see you.
Go, go, go.
That is great.
You could
I
have just
mean,
thrown
like,
over the fucking bed. Oh,
oh, anyway, so like, I mean, Carrietta got the dog. So
oh my
just,
God,
I mean,
yeah.
I get the husband. So, you know, I'm special. So,
Mhm. Eddie had his shirt
okay.
off.
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, like, I mean, whatever gets the ratings up, you know, like, hey, like if you want to see Ashley's husband without her shirt on, watch JD's interview.
Watch the interview. Yeah, let me cry.
Okay, back on topic. Okay, I'm the one with ADHD. Okay, so my first book was supposed to be Rearranged Guts. It is a story about a serial killer who is literally using like Grinder to find his victims, and they all die in pretty
They all die.
they all die in sexually related ways that kind of explode. I mean, so it's called rearranged guts. So just think about all his sex toys are retrofitted with torture devices. So I went to the Torture Museum in Chicago. I did lots of research. I like research, so yeah. So that's gonna be really gross, literally visceral. So there's that. Scissor Me Timbers, I think, is gonna be next, and because I read the first chapter done, and I love what a douchebag my first character is, because she's a lesbian lumberjack, and she's like toxically masculine, where it's just, and she's such a womanizer that you're just like, oh, I hate you, but also kind of want to watch. Like it's like she goes to the bar and like she slept with everyone there, so they all kind of hate her, and so they're all kind of like, hello, Paulina. I think she's a lumberjack. I think her name might actually be Paulina Bunyan. I'm so ashamed, but it's so
that.
bad, but it's like, how can you not do that? So yeah, our little womanizing lesbian
That's
has an accident, and I mean, she ends up in a convent with amnesia. So I'm doing the full amnesia soap opera. What am I doing here? Am I a nun? I must be a nun. And then all of a sudden, memory starts coming back. She remembers who she is. She starts sleeping with all the nuns, and then the nuns get a little jealous, and it becomes a big, bloody cat fight. So I'm excited for that one. And then the third one, I mean, like I said, I'm gonna write like the gayest shit ever. Like it's just, I think we need more of it, and it's like, but with I needed my little twist of kind of like, that's not funny, don't laugh at that, but also kind of funny. Like my mom, I read my whole King of the Damned to my mom, and she even said like my mom is prim and proper, clutched pearls, where I get it from. Um, and she's just, I should not be laughing at this. Like she's like she even like, and when we got to the end of the book, like I'm like, I was in the middle of like a statistics course for my semester, and I'm like supposed to be studying for my final, so I couldn't like get the last chapter, and she's like texting me like, so whenever you're done, let me know, like I'm gonna stay up if you want to like read the last chapter, because she wanted to know what happened. So I'm like, mom, I need to focus here, stop pressuring me to finish my own book.
I got
But yeah, so
school.
I mean, like, and I to have to read and explain to her the BDSM club chapter, real fun. Don't
Wow.
yeah, that was yeah, especially that ending, that death was
You should have
yeah.
recorded that. Her
You know,
reaction.
I may have to do that, because yeah, just watching her face is it's extra fun for it. But yeah, so the last story is, I just came up with this. Like, thank you, Elton Skelter. He helped me. We like making jokes about how bad these like male on male dark romances are, where it's always like, it's pretty much like, so there's lots of gaslighting, manipulation, all that, and like how bad they are, what like romanticizes it. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna make fun of it. So I came up with, because he's like, there's always like some kind of like twink involved with like some bad sugar daddy. I'm like, okay, well, what if the sugar daddy eats him? So I want to make it like a take on Hansel and Gretel meets um, a certain infamous YouTuber who was known for being a little twink and then starting a mukbang channel, and kind of growing and growing, and kind of his mental health wasn't doing well. And so, yeah, it's going to be a play on that. Plus Hansel and Gretel, where it's just going to be living in this sugar daddy's house, and just, why is he feeding me so much? Why are the doors all locked? Like there's going to be like I want like dumb little shit in there. Like I want like him to lock the doors, and the little twink be like, why are you locking me in? He's like, oh, there's bears out there. And then like we cut to out the way, there's like a burly gay man saying, like, I need, that's my humor. It's kind of smart, but also kind of stupid. So that's kind of what I want.
I love stuff like
So
that.
yeah, so I
Yeah.
got those are my three. So I'm jam packed. Now I just need to get it out. And it's
So,
summertime and I'm between semesters, so I'm gonna get on it.
so who are your favorite authors, whether they be indie or like big authors or books that were like your favorite you've read and reread?
Okay. Um, well, I will mention Judith Sonnet first because she is amazing. She's great. Everyone knows her. If you don't, you should. Um, I mean, I think of all her books, I think Hell is my favorite one because it's most like me and her like talk, and it's kind of we're movie buffs. Like we like the old, like the Giallos and stuff like that. So you can kind of tell like reading her books is like watching the movies. So it's almost like she's writing them for me. Like I don't think I've ever given more than less than a 5 star for her because it's, it works in my brain. But she is an amazing author. Helped me a lot. She's given me lots of advice. So
Beast
thank you,
of
Judith.
Burden.
And
That's my favorite, one of my favorite books ever.
okay, okay. So I'm legit doing Judith in July, where I'm reading. I'm gonna try and do. I have OCD, CPD. So like legit, I have to. I might actually do all the Judith books in July because I've been backed up. I got to read like Tapeworm. I have to do Beast of Burden. I have Blasphemy one. I have yeah. I think I'm really just gonna do as many as I can in July. So I'm gonna get to those, but also it's her fault. She of course has books that she recommends, and is a joke, but like I'm calling it Judith Book Club, and she had us had us read. Oh my god, how rude! Sorry about that. um, she had us read Hunter by Charlie Jacobs, and that is hands down, I think, my favorite book. And it's just so like it's the most beautiful, like fucked up, repugnant, repulsive. Just you're reading it, it's like that's so well written, but also I dry heaved a little. Like it was just that's the kind of stuff I like. Like I like Laraka. I like not too purple prosy, but just you know hit me in the feels, make me throw up in my mouth a little bit, and that's and you can kind of see that in my writing. That's kind of what I'm trying to get. If I can get to like Alaraka, Charlie Jacobs, Judith Sonnet, I'll be happy. So I would say um, Hunter, I would say Hell, Judith Sonnet, and then I would say American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis, which again is like quintessential. But like a lot of people saw the movie, but reading the book is a whole different animal, and it's just like it's like nothing compared to the movie. The movie's like maybe like a third of the book, and the book is just. I mean, have you read that yet?
The book is amazing.
Like, I struggled with it. I almost quit like 2 3 times because like the homeless guy scene that almost took me out. Like that was like, okay, I can't. Again, I'm Pisces, empath. I hate it. I don't want to feel feels, but I do. And I was just like, that's real rough on me. Like I don't know about that, but I pushed through and just it's an amazing book. And it's just I had to kind of like classify like, okay, so this is a book about terrible person doing terrible things, not glorifying it. Anything that's making fun of it. But a lot of people that read it just think like, oh yeah, like this is me, this is my life. I'm gonna post a Facebook meme with Patrick Bateman on it. Um, well, but yeah, it was a great book, and all this stuff that like a lot of people don't like, I loved. Like I loved his stupid outfit descriptions and the restaurant he was at and the party where he got snuffed at. Like I eat all that up. It's just that's just I love it. And I am actually doing a short story that is a little nod to that. So that'll be coming out soon. But yeah, I just love those yeah, that's my
Jenna
list.
sent
I think.
me, Jenna sent me the Cellar by Jack Ketchum. Have you read that yet?
Okay, that's on my list, but my list is still long. I'm gonna read it.
That's I'm gonna read that, and I've got Hell as well. I need to read that too.
That was so good. And then she made a part two, and like, oh, you know what? I'm reading that in July. I'm giving myself the gift of I need to see what happens now because it was real good, very well done. Judith in July, I like it.
I like that. I like that. We need to like make it a thing.
I mean, like
Make like a little
she's
banner.
kind of like one of our patron saints.
Mhm.
I mean, that Discord that is doing the group read of my book, they're doing it. So I'm excited that it's passing on. So
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So what's some weird things about yourself? Weird things or other weird talents?
I mean, like, have you met me? Like everything is my therapist calls them quirks. We'll call them quirks.
Works.
Well, my therapist one who told me you should go into psychology, and so now I'm a psychology undergrad who's going for my PsyD, and probably gonna go into like maybe like trauma. I like evolutionary psychology stuff like that. So yeah, I'm glad my therapist didn't tell me to become like a stripper or anything because I probably would have done that too. So is that the only other one I think is my go-to story is that in first grade I was supposed to be in a McDonald's commercial. And so my mom got me all spiffied up. She had me go, we went to like farmer place in the city. Like it was a full audition. I was ready to go. I was a shoo-in to get the commercial. And I would not play with the chicken nuggets. Like I wouldn't play right. Like you're sitting at a table and you're supposed to play the dumb little chicken nugget toys. And like I I'm the same way I was then as I am now. I'm a little asshole. And if it doesn't make sense to me, I'm not going to do it. That's the ADHD of it all. So they're like, do like a fake little laugh. And I'm like, but there's nothing to laugh at. What's my motivation here? So I bombed that audition, did not get the commercial, obviously, because if I did, I'd be like a child star somewhere, like washed up, like in rehab. So
Life
yeah,
of
I
Mikey.
guess I mean, yeah, pretty much. So I mean, maybe it worked out, but I would have been nice to have a McDonald's commercial under my belt, but it's just not the way it was supposed to be. So yeah, I think
So you
that's it
plan
for
on
now.
going to any cons or anything?
I'm officially going to the Scares That Care in March. The one in Regina.
Oh, you are? I'm excited. I'm
I will
excited.
be there, and
Where to?
I'm
We got
splitting
a
a table.
room. Yay.
I'm splitting a table with AW Mason, so I am officially like. I mean, so now I figure out: do I want to hire drag queens to walk around in pink rhinestone masks? I mean, that kind of seems like I'm pretty extra. That seems like something I would do. So, damn it, brains! Why do you think of these things? Yeah. What?
I'm like 2.5
We'll think
hours
about
from
that.
there. So
Yeah, that's not
I'll
too
let
bad.
you
I
go
think.
and make the Virginia one.
Yeah, that's gonna be my first official one. So I'm excited, but I'm also nervous. But we went this whole interview, and I haven't said anything that's gonna get me canceled yet. So I think I said two things where I probably shouldn't have, but it's okay.
I don't even know how long we've been talking, and we've been just kind of.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I mean, I'm glad my first interview, like officially, is like an author freak. Wait, can I say one thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Please,
You can
everybody,
say whatever you want.
please. It is freak. PHRIQUE. Freak. It's not pre-K, not frick. It's not. Stop it. See, you tried.
Yay.
It's free. It's. I mean, like, you see what you did there, but not like every time I hear like free K, like my teeth literally click. So just I mean, I even put it on my profile like the pronunciation. Free. It's an easy. Like antique, like unique. I'm an
Sing
antique
the
unique.
song, the old song. I know you know it. I want to be a freak in the morning, freak in the evening, just like me.
Just like me. Stop that. You're showing our age. We are both 26.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stay in that way.
Next
Just
year I'll
keep
be
up the
25.
lie. I think if we do more interviews in roomies, onesies, they'll never know. So I'm gonna keep up the lie. Can you hear me? Okay, yeah. I thought it went out.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, and we'll talk after this.
Okay, that was fun.
But
Thanks for having me.
And this episode will air Saturday at 2. And I'm gonna put your little TikTok on there, and we're gonna have some fun with it. We're gonna have a little fun
Okay.
with the promo. So I
Okay,
hope
I'm
everybody
excited.
enjoyed, and he will definitely be back.